It's Madden NFL 24. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Lions and the Packers, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, Charles, it's our annual trip north for Thanksgiving. The Lions have been hosting this game going all the way back to 1934.
If you back it up even further, the NFL's played games on this day going all the way back to 1920. Look, it's a tradition in America. High school, college, NFL, Thanksgiving football. Let's do it.
The first of three here on this Thanksgiving Day, set for a good one. The Packers and the Lions underway in Detroit. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by someone who needs less introduction than any player in the league. A Super Bowl champion, the league's most valuable player for a second time, Patrick Mahomes.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the right side with Henry. Breaks a tackle. Down to about the 37. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 76 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. For these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. That's caught by the rookie, Jaden Reed. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. On play action. Love to throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Romeo Doubs is intended receiver, but it'll be second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Love. Slant route, he's got Doubs. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Henry running right. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage. Touchdown!
Travis Kelce. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Okay,
they'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Love from the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Romeo Okwara racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis, a tough one for the Colts as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Finally, on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for Bears and Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Love looking to throw it. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Ready, break.
On 1st and 10, Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready?
Going back to Love. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now third down and very long. Here's Love. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 71 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And that went to the right side and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. 3rd and 5. Now Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions just continue to roll. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Henry again on 2nd down. Able to slither by. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Throwing. Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. Touchdown, Packers. Luke Musgrave, 44 yards. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Anders Carlson now for the point after. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery has been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Inside handoff, Henry wiggles free. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
81 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. 2nd down and 3.
Mahomes now to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A 1st down carry for Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
These 2 teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
Open man, that's Henry.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Derrick Henry from 17 yards out.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down.
The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Second down, Love.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Love now.
they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. A little juke. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 138 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the...
and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.